Former President Donald Trump is expected to announce later today that he will be making another run for the White House.
So for more on this, we're joined live now by CTV's Joy Malbon in Palm Beach, Florida. Joy, last week's midterms did not go the way of the sort of Trump endorsements and candidates. Is there any rumbling at all that he may be reconsidering, or does it sound like he's back in?
I think it's a done deal. I mean, when his top strategists and Republicans are saying he's going to make this big announcement, he is going to make a third run at it. Donald Trump wants to be known as the comeback kid. He wants to run an underdog campaign, just like he did in 2016. And he wants to get ahead of all of the contenders because there's lots of talk. You saw Mike Pence, the former vice president, yesterday saying that he doesn't think that Donald Trump would be a good president and that there are lots of future choices out there like him. You also see Ron DeSantis here in Florida, very popular governor who won in a landslide. And there have been all sorts of polling done in some battleground states like Iowa and Wisconsin that shows if there's a matchup between Trump and DeSantis, DeSantis wins. So, but he is still going ahead as far as we know. Lots of activity behind me at Mar-a-Lago, getting ready for that big announcement at 9 o'clock tonight.
All right. And Joy, you might mention Mike Pence, and he was saying he was pretty terrified by the tweet that Trump sent out, which really got people to, target his family. And Republicans are not all on Trump's side. Some have been calling him the nickname Trumpty Dumpty. So in terms of his supporters right now, who are they really?
Well, he still has his loyal base. I spoke to one gentleman today, Derek Arnold. He is a Trump fan, will always support Donald Trump. But other than the base, I mean, that's why people are looking at Ron DeSantis, because he managed to stitch together a coalition, the Hispanic vote, younger voters, middle-class business owners. And that's what you need to win a presidential election. But you're right, Republicans are openly saying, this guy, he's the past. We need to look to the future. Mitt Romney saying today, Donald Trump is an albatross around our neck because, as you mentioned, I mean, Donald Trump's handpicked candidates, a lot of them election deniers, did so badly. Donald Trump hoped for a red wave, some kind of momentum to kick off his campaign, but he's going ahead with it anyway.
And Joy, of course, a lot of those election deniers who were taking part are certainly encouraging what happened on January 6th. And we're still hearing, Merrick Garland is sort of dealing with all of what we've learned from what happened at the January 6th hearings, Donald Trump's involvement in what happened that day here. That continues to hang over his head. There has been some suggestion that Donald Trump almost wants these charges to be laid so he can make it political as he's making a run for office again.
Well, we all know that Donald Trump likes a fight and he likes being in the spotlight. But yeah, the thinking is that if he declares tonight, which we all expect him to do, that he can try and demolish future contenders. Maybe Ron DeSantis doesn't run. He can run in another 4 years. And he is seen as the big threat to Donald Trump because, of course, Donald Trump has been attacking him viciously over the past few days, calling him Ron DeSanctimonious. But the other thinking, too, is that Donald Trump believes that by running and being perhaps nominated as the Republican nominee for the presidential election, that perhaps this would shield him from all the mounting legal charges that he's facing. But it's interesting to note, January 6th, the insurrection and what the committee investigating those riots have discovered, putting the blame squarely on Donald Trump for those attacks. That doesn't seem to be sidelining him. What seems to be sidelining him is power. Republicans say, nah, he's yesterday's man. We want to go with the new generation.
And yet he'll get his moment to be in the spotlight again tonight. All right, CTV's Joy Malbon live for us in Palm Beach, Florida. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you, Joy.